All right, today is day 9. Today is day 9 of my 100x and 100-day challenge. And I want to make something very clear here. When you're in a marathon, the objective is to finish the race. Now, there's going to be different legs of that race. Oh, I got to make it across the bridge. I got to make it to the tree line. Now I got to make it up this hill. There's different phases. There's different legs. This is kind of like a show. Oh, I've got the act 1. I've got the act 2. I've got the act 3. What happens during intermission? Well, we need to take a second. We need to take a moment to just chill out and digest what has happened. Okay? In my journey, there is an evolving show. There's an evolving marathon. How long does it last? Well, it's kind of your whole fucking life. So you gain context the longer that you stay in the race. You gain more context. You refine. You gain clarity. You produce. And part of the context that you gain is data that helps you refine the way that you produce. So as far as I'm concerned, I am aware of ways that I most optimally produced. And the way that I most optimally produce is by acclimating to the energetic phases of my life. And you're going to just hang with me here. Hang with me here. Because this is vibe living, especially as a professional performer who travels and who's been traveling multiple times a month, like traveling by flights back and forth across both sides of the country for the past 2 years. Like, understanding what has to happen in order for you to not only stay in the game, but stay in the game and produce in a productive way. Maintaining a baseline when you're on the move is super important. Okay? The baseline in this specific context, showing up every day and hitting the gym where I can. Okay? And maintaining the other systems that you have in place. But the thing is, is that with this particular excursion out of town being out of San Francisco, I just shipped my app to the App Store a few days before leaving town. I'm going back to San Francisco tomorrow. So while I've been out of town, it has given me a moment to breathe. It's kind of like an intermission where we reached a stopping point, okay? The last phase of the race where I was sprinting was getting the app live on the App Store, okay? You look back to some videos. I said on my last sprint, this is my objective. It's to get the app live on the App Store. And we did it, okay? So now that we're here, it's like, okay, cool. Let's take a moment. Let's literally take a moment. When I say a moment, I don't mean 30 minutes. I mean let's hold the fuck up. Let's just take a breather. Let's assess the situation. Let's digest what has happened here. And take a moment to be conscientious and intentional about where we're moving next. And set up the psychological scaffolding of what will be the infrastructure for the next sprint, where I go hard in the paint, which is going back to San Francisco. I'll be there the next 4 to 5 weeks. So there's a 4 to 5 week sprint that is imminent. And this is something that I intuitively know. And so great, I'm looking forward to it. But it's like, this is a really important, it's an important thing to note here. Knowing how you produce best based off of the circumstances, based off the environment variables. Okay? And I know that in the context of coding, this means something completely different, but you have to think about what are the environment's variables? the environment's variables of my life is right now I'm staying in a friend's house. Okay? It's not even my home. I'm not in a super specific routine. So what do? I got to make sure I stay in the game. I got to show up with my videos. I got to show up in the gym. I got to make sure that my mindset, my psychology is right. And I got to equip myself with the nutrients and the confidence and the energy to be able to successfully hit this next sprint, which is about 4 to 5 weeks, like I said. This is why, even though over the past 9 days it may not seem like I've made a ton of progress or whatever, but that's only because there's context that the context that existed prior to the 9 days has not thoroughly been documented in this challenge. So that's that, and I have my fingers crossed that this message is getting communicated and that you're with me. And even if you're not right now, it's only a matter of time before you will be, because you'll see. All right, cultivate, innovate, elevate. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.